So, Virgil, top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, and you beat the European champions last night. Are Liverpool the best team in Europe at the moment?
I don't think I should give an answer on that. That's for other people to do that. What I definitely can say is that I'm enjoying the situation where we're in, but I want to keep enjoying that for the rest of the season. So it all starts with the hard work that we put in each and every day, and now the full focus is on the weekend.
So let's talk a little bit about last night before we go into the weekend. I have to ask you about that Conor Bradley tackle on Mbappe. You must have enjoyed that.
It was a very important tackle, and obviously it ignited a little bit of fans as well, and it was a great tackle. What can I say? Yeah, he did very well there.
How important are moments like that in big games like that to get the crowd going and get the team going as well?
I think first and foremost it's important to diffuse that situation, to make sure that we win the ball. But in such a big game like this, obviously, we all know that these little moments, big tackles, but little moments could change a direction of a game or get that extra spark that maybe is needed during a difficult game. And I think we controlled the game yesterday, so it wasn't needed in that sense. But obviously, it lifted the fans in a way that was quite special.
So Quiveen Kelleher yesterday obviously saved the penalty, kept a clean sheet. He's done really, really well this season, stepping in for Alisson, hasn't he?
100%. And I think obviously it's never easy, I think, to be a second goalkeeper. But obviously he has an amazing goalkeeper in front of him in terms of Alisson Becker. But when Quiv has been playing, he's been outstanding, and he's been full of confidence, scoring. As a goalkeeper with and without the ball, and it's a joy to have him behind us when he plays. So he has to just keep going, and he's a good boy. He knows that he has to stay calm and keep working, and that's a very, very important thing.
And just the general squad depth of Liverpool this season. I've spoken about Conor, spoken about Quiveen. It seems like across the board the squad's really, really strong this season. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah, obviously it's down also not to having many injuries, and we hopefully hope to keep it that way. Injuries obviously unfortunately are part of football, but as long as you don't have many injuries, you can sort of build momentum. You can rotate when needed, of course, and give everyone the opportunity. But the guys that have been coming in and having their opportunities, they have been grabbing them with both hands, and we have to keep going. It's such a long season still. We need everyone at their best, in form, but first and foremost fit and playing consistency.
So tell us a bit about Arne Slot. He's made a real impact coming in this season, 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. To tell us a bit about what he's like behind the scenes at the transfer.
I think what you see is what you get in terms of his calmness, the way he speaks. He's very comfortable to explain himself, what he wants from us, without the ball, and his principles in that sense as well. And so far it's been good. It's been sort of seamless. Obviously we find ways to win. We find ways to deal with what opponents are doing during the game, during halftime, and turn things around. And in the end of the day, obviously we all know that it's a result business, and we have to get results, and that's what we also have been doing. So things are going fine, and we have to keep going and don't be satisfied.
And from the manager's point of view, it's not easy coming in and taking over and having such a good impact, and the transition being so smooth as well. Definitely,
I think for anyone who would have come in and replaced Jurgen, it would have been a very difficult job. But he's been coming in and obviously inherited a very good team and a very good squad, and I would say a family that if it could be, it couldn't be any better for him, I think. So he's in a very good place, and we're still learning, we're still enjoying it, and like I said, we just have to keep going.
So Man City this weekend, we spoke to Rodri at the end of last season, where he said Arsenal didn't win the league because they only tried to draw with Man City and not beat them. How important do you think it is to take advantage of these moments against title rivals?
I think it's for us, it's game by game. We want to win every game that we play, and we all know how difficult it is against Man City. We've seen it over the years. There's a reason they've won 4 in a row, so it's always going to be it's always going to be tough and difficult. And what we have to do, we have to focus on how we can beat them, how we can find ways to hurt them, and first and foremost, try to defend them and keep the clean sheet. And from tomorrow on, we will fully focus on how to do that and be ready for the weekend.
So you say about how trying to defend them. There was a moment in the same fixture at Anfield last season where you were one-on-one with Erling Haaland and he was running at you. What goes through your mind at that moment? And do you deal with Erling Haaland any differently to you would other strikers?
I think you deal with every striker in a different way anyway, because every striker has different qualities, strengths, and obviously weaknesses as well. But you know, you don't want to come in 1v1 situations, because that means you've been put in a position that you shouldn't be put in my opinion. But if it happens, you just have to deal with it and read it in a split second what you have to do. And obviously, we all know how much quality in this case Erling has, and so strong, fast, good finisher, and can punish you in any second. And he scored so many goals for a reason as well. And we have to be very good on the weekend to keep him quiet, and that's what we aim for.
Do you think Manchester City being so good during your time here has made Liverpool even better? Have they pushed you to higher levels?
I don't know. I think we obviously lost the league by them with small margins, and that was very painful. But, you know, I think because of that dominance, you know, it keeps pushing also the other teams, and you have to keep up, you have to keep winning, you have to stay consistent if you want to become champions and be successful. And if you're not, they are a team in the past, they punish you for it, and that's why they won 4 in a row. They've been so consistent with the way they play, finding results and winning games, and it's obviously down to the manager and obviously the players they have, and they can really do that to teams. But it definitely gives you then the feeling that you have to turn up each and every game, otherwise, you know, they will be there.
So you've played Manchester City 19 times in your career. Which of those games stands out most for you?
Wow. I don't know, you know. Yeah, maybe the one that Mo scored on the break. I think when Alisson kicked it long and Cancelo missed it. I think that one was a good one. Or the home game where Fabinho scored from distance that goal as well. One of those 2 games were an amazing night.
Yeah, and I've got it here that you've won 7, drawn 6 and lost 6, so you are just ahead there, so you can make it 8 this weekend.
Well, hopefully. That's what we aim for.
It's quite unusual to see Manchester City go so long without winning a game. What do you put it down to?
It's so many things, you know. We've been in a position as well as a team that, you know, whether you have injuries